Rong Ci dragged her wore-out self into the airport in country A, and it was already past 9 at night, and today was her birthday. Her phone was blowing up with birthday wishes from coworkers and friends, but not a single thing from Rong Ci, the guy she'd loved and been married to for 7 years. He couldn't even be bothered to send a crummy, half-hearted text in. It was past 10 when she got to the villa, and Aunt Leah's shocked look just made her feel even more like a third wheel. She was dying to see her daughter Xin, but the kid was too tied up polishing seashells, totally focused on making a birthday gift for Ling Wu. Even her own mom, who she hadn't seen in 2 months, was just getting in the way. "Mom, cut it out, you messed up the biz," one line. And all her 2 months of missing her went up in smoke. Then she called Rong Ci, but Ling Wu's voice popped up first on the line. He just said flatly nothing and hung up right then and there. They hadn't seen each other in 2 or 3 months, and she'd crossed half the world to get here only to get his cold shoulder and distance in return. This 7-year marriage had always been just her, putting on a show all by herself. Then the next morning, dawn in country A, was her real birthday. Holding onto her last little bit of hope, she asked Rong Ci to take their daughter out for a family meal. It was her only birthday wish. He just texted back, "Hit me up when you pick the place," and went mere after that. Then as she was heading downstairs, Xin and Aunt Leah's conversation cut her deep, like a bunch of sharp knives. "Dad and I like Aunt Ling Wu way better. Mom showing up is gonna be so awkward. Can't Aunt Ling Wu be my mom instead?" That kid she'd carried for 10 months and raised with her own 2 hands, she'd finally been pushed away by Rong Ci's favoritism. She quietly stuffed the gifts she brought for her daughter back into her suitcase, her heart totally numb. Near noon, Rong Ci's text came right on cue, but it just said, "Got something important at noon, lunch cancelled." She was used to him putting her on the back burner, but this time, under that numbness, there was nothing but ice-cold emptiness. Then she wandered around aimlessly, and before she knew it, she'd driven to the restaurant she and Rong Ci used to frequent. But right at the door, she saw the most heartbreaking thing: Rong Ci, Ling Wu and Xin sitting together all cozy and happy. Ling Wu was teasing Xin softly. Xin leaned over to eat the pastry Ling Wu had taken a bite of, and Rong Ci's eyes were locked on Ling Wu the whole time, gentle in a way he'd never been with her. So that's what he meant by something important, spending her birthday with another woman and her own daughter. So her trip, her hopes, had all been a joke from the get-go. Rong Ci smiled as she turned around, but there was zero warmth in her eyes. Back at the villa, she grabbed a pen and wrote up a divorce agreement. 7 years of obsessing over him, and it was finally time to call it quits. She thought this was the start of her waking up, but little did she know, the second she set down the agreement, Aunt Liu ran over, white as a sheet, and said, "Madam, sir knew it was your birthday last night, and Miss Ling Wu is nothing like you think she is. What hidden truth is behind her firm departure? Is Rong Ci's coldness and favoritism for real, or is there more to the story? What drama will this seemingly settled divorce stir up next?"